everyone, I'm JD from Willow Bound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. I am a journaler, journal maker and teacher of journaling courses. And in this video I am working on my Daphne's Diary journals. So I've done my covers, I've done my feature pages from the magazine, and now I am up to the writing pages or the blank pages. And I love using these beautiful coloured pages, so this pastel tone to them. And I just get these from the local stationery shop where I am, or one of the cheap shops as well. Excuse me. And so for the big one, I'm starting with the big one because this is the easiest one to do. I don't have to cut the pages at the top or the bottom because they fit nicely inside the cover, which is wonderful. The less cutting you need to do, the better. I do need to trim down the edge of the page though, so it doesn't stick outside the cover along that edge. So I give it quite a generous margin to hopefully have the pages all sticking nicely inside of the journal. Obviously though, the middle ones will stick out more, so I might have to do some trimming later on when I bind all the pages inside. So I already had some of the pages pre-folded from other projects. Sometimes I'll overestimate how many pages I need and I'll have leftover pages, so if I have those, always good to use those up. And that was fun to have different sizes too. So you saw that I had a full size page for the journal, and then I had one that was kind of shorter and narrower, and so that's one way you can break up the pages in a junk journal, to have them all look different and have that variety, to cut the pages to different sizes. So you can do really short wide pages, or short narrow pages, tall narrow pages, and everything in between the narrow and all the way to the edge of the journal. I usually do that. I like having a little bit of a mix of different size pages, but for my Daphne's Diary journals I like just having the full size page because I alternate my pages. So I go Daphne's Diary page, blank page, Daphne's Diary page, blank page. Usually with my other journals I don't have that many feature pages, or as many feature pages. I will usually have blank blank feature, blank blank feature, blank 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 feature, feature blank blank, for example, like that. So I have the ratio has a lot more blank pages for writing space, whereas these ones, because I'm really trying to highlight and feature the magazine pages, they're just so beautiful. I alternate. I just go blank Daphne's Diary page, blank Daphne's Diary page. So what that means is, in my head, what I'm thinking about is, well, I don't have as much writing space as I would in other journals, so therefore I will fold the pages as big as I can to maximize that writing space. So yeah, I think this is all subconscious in my mind, but as I'm really spelling it out for you guys in these videos, I really get to figure out, yes, that's why I do that. Like, there's actual intention and thought that goes into each step of the process. Like, I'm thinking about what goes together and what size I want and the order of the pages. Everything has a reason, and again, that's just my style. I'm that kind of person. In my life I'm like that. I have a reason for everything I do, for every item I keep in my room. Like, I have a reason for it. There's a thought behind it for how I live my life and what I add into my life or what I take out of my life. So same kind of thing. It's just my natural default personality way of doing things, I suppose. So when it comes to my journal making, I'm the same way. I'm always thinking about, okay, if I'm going to put something in this journal, it has to have a reason for being there. And if I'm taking something out, there's a reason I'm taking it out. And whatever I do put in the journal, there's a reason why it's that size. There's a reason why I fold it that way. There's a reason why I put that next to that page, if that makes any sense. Having said all of that, let me remind you, you can do it your way, because you will have a different personality to me, most likely. And maybe you don't want to think that detailed about your life and your journals. Because I know, this is a very chatty video. And I love psychology. So for example, I'm a very structured person. If you haven't, you can probably see that by now in my videos and the way I make journals. I'm very structured. I like order. order makes me calm. When there's disorder, I feel stressed. But one of my friends, I was kind of tidying up her room a little bit. not her whole room, but I was like lining up her tissue box next to the edge of the table, for example, just moving it, and then putting piles of paper in order on her desk or something. Like we were working on a project together and at her desk, for example. And as I was doing that, she was like, can you like stop that? Like, not, it was all lighthearted. We were joking with each other. She was like, what are you doing? Or, like, and then she would just mess it up again. And for example, when she wrote a note, like I would get a proper piece of paper, or I would have a journal and a pen ready to go to write notes. She just grabbed the tissue box and a Sharpie and wrote the note on the tissue box. And to me, like, this type of disorder gets my head frazzled. But to her, when I was putting things in order, she's like, no, it's too ordered. And she was getting frazzled with too much order. And so that's when I learned. I was like, oh, okay, we work differently. People work differently. For her to feel calm, she needs a bit of disorder. And so when I was putting things in order, that made her, a bit frazzled, a bit anxious. And that's totally okay. There's no right or wrong way to be. It's just different personalities, different ways of doing things. And what's great about that is we can learn the way different people work and then embrace that. So once I knew that, I was like, oh yeah, fine, all good. Let's align the tissues differently. Let's scatter the pages. Cool, if that works for you, that makes me happy, that makes you happy, let's go for it. But then I know for myself, when I am trying to structure my own life and create my own things, that I need to have order. So I need to have a clean desk. I need to pack up my desk at the end of the day. That helps me. I can't go to bed with my desk messy, because that just helps my mind have some space to breathe. If my desk is messy, my mind is frazzled, if that makes sense. So again, no right or wrong way to be. The key is know which one you are, and then you'll be happier for it, because you'll be less stressed, you'll be less frazzled, and you'll feel calmer and more at peace with having things the way you like it. So apply that to your journal making. Whichever one you are, do that with your journal making. Don't try to be like other people. If you are following all these journal makers and you're like, oh, I love how structured they are and I love how ordered and methodical they are, but you don't work that way, then work the way you work, because it's just as effective. And at the end of the day, it's about your joy, your enjoyment. You're getting the joy out of creating, so do it your way. Do it the way that works and aligns with your personality. And never compare yourself to other people with either your personality or the things that you create. As long as you're having fun, and as long as it's not stressful for you. Like, if creating is stressful, that's the opposite of what creativity is supposed to be in my book anyway. Creativity I do to de-stress. Creativity I do to unwind. Creativity I do to enjoy. So if you're finding creating is stressful, maybe change your approach to it and find out, who am I? How do I like to live my life? How do I like to think and order my life, or not order my life? And then see if you can apply that to your journal making in some way. And I love that creativity and living life, it's always an opportunity to explore ourselves, to find out who we are, to learn more about ourselves and know ourselves better. And that's pretty much why I like journaling. One of the reasons why I like journaling anyway is that it helps me to know myself. Putting down my thoughts and creating on a page helps me to know what is inside of me, and helps me to know how I think, helps me to know how I feel, helps me to know how I work, and it gives me clarity, and then it gives me direction. So it's got really deep in this video. But I hope you enjoy it anyway. I really like psychology, like I said, and I like creativity, and I like journaling. If I can kind of combine that all together, and I like talking about well-being and mental health as well, and how knowing ourselves through psychology and creativity and journaling does wonders for well-being and mental health, So I hope that helps. And yeah, I hope you guys are all doing really, really well and have fun journaling. At the end of the day, that's the take home. Have fun journaling, have fun creating. Thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in April. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this for another month. It really means the absolute world to me, and I could not do this without you. If you would like to become a patron in May, I will leave the link below to my Patreon down in the description box. That's where you get access to more videos from me, personal updates, printables, and if you're a Ruby patron or higher, you get every single digital kit from my Etsy with a new kit each month. If you would like to support my channel through a one-off donation, you can do that through PayPal to my email address or through Buy Me a Coffee. And if you would like to be part of any of my journaling courses, I'm starting them again in May for the month of May. So feel free to email me to register, and I hope you have fun journaling your life because your stories matter.